farming core position where, you know, it's a Naga. You should kind of know what to do. We don't have to be hands-on and telling you what to do with the rest of the team?
Hard to say. I think every player kind of contributes close to an equal amount, and I think teamwork and synergy is spread amongst all of them. So bringing a new player into the mix just depends. I think it's better if they're more quiet and they just kind of listen and, oh my goodness, another disconnect. Hate to see it.
Yeah, Laylis this time for Quincy Crew's side on that precious little Necro. Are they playing this time in the game?
Yeah.
I can't even... Okay, there it is. There's the button. Show it back up again. Let's see who's winning. Got Death Prophet going in pretty heavy on this one, but Nature's Prophet, Jawar, saying I can at least get one. All Death Prophet, though. All Death Prophet. No answer anywhere to be found. 10-1.
All right, Laylos, it's time to reconnect. Let's go.
And this is... do we know what's at stake again for this series, or is it another one of those, like, it's too many numbers to figure out? Quincy Crew as top seed.
Too much math for the casters.
Too much math for us to kind of look up and figure out. Too many extra special rules for tiebreakers, potentially.
Let's see here. Quincy Crew. Oh, yeah. Well, Grant was talking about it on the panel. Quincy Crew need to win, and EG needs to win in order for them to... In order for them to pass... Is it Beast?
Remember them mentioning that if Beastcoast wins this, then EG can't make it.
Exactly, yeah. EG beat Beastcoast 2 days ago.
We're back.
Okay.
So, oh yeah, I remember. The joke was it could be in Quincy's Crew's best interest for EG to not make it into playoffs, considering the history of having to play against each other in playoffs, though Quincy Crew seemed to be able to really step up in the group stage. When it's time for the playoffs, that's where EG seems to turn it up a notch. Or
yeah, and if Quincy Crew lost this, I'm not sure if they would even be in the upper bracket. So they are playing for something.
Yeah, okay.
Beast Coast would probably pass Quincy Crew if they managed to win this series, which would also mean EG would be able to make playoffs at all. So,
which would be a good surprise for certainly the South American side of support, because, you know, Beast Coast were struggling. Certainly back during the BTS Pro Series, Beast Coast were having a real hard time trying to find their groove at that time as well, not having Hector on the team. But in addition to your normal lag as it may be, they just were not quite able to pull out any wins. But here they are in a position to get themselves into playoffs. And we'll just have to see how they can take it to Quincy here as we see the Naga and Snapfire lane set up to go against Yuar's Nature's Prophet and SVG's Weaver. And he's not going the Blightstone support Weaver. Like, is there a certain time when you should go with the Blightstone, have that little bit extra pepper damage, and when you should just get extra support?
Usually when Furion doesn't already have it.
That's a fair point, for sure. Very fair point. I don't guess you don't need to double down when you got someone already with it in the lane.
No, I'm not quite sure when otherwise he would do it. But
totally fair.
Haven't played 5 Weaver recently, so I'm a little out of the loop.
Yeah, I'm curious how much he values going like Swarm early as opposed to just putting extra levels into Sakuchi. I mean, it's already such an elusive hero.
Usually it's a mana thing.
It's a mana thing?
Yeah. He's a Geminate is 0 mana, so it's nice if you're just spamming Sakuchi all the time.
See you later, nerds.
Yeah, Stinger can try to go toe-to-toe with SVG and his Weaver, but it's just kind of very annoying. So Snapfire is not going to really be contributing a whole lot. Still even holding the ward, fearing that SVG might kind of just get the easy vision for it and take that gold away.
Yeah, I'll save it for later. Maybe nighttime's a good time to put down that first ward.
Blocks out early there from MSS, it looks like. And Whisper is going to be left to his own to get that solo XP on the Timbersaw lane, trusting that he should be fine on his own. It's Schofield who's going to be rotating around on the Shadow Demon, looking to make some early stacks happen for his team. Going for a double stack here already.
Yeah, it's really nice for Kunkka to be able to farm these stacks. However, Death Prophet will be pressuring his tower, so he'll have potentially a very small window when he can actually freely take some time and go do those.
And MSS is going to step away from the lane, says, you know, hey, my core can work with the lane on his own as well. I'm going to let them have the solo XP to match yours, and I'll make you rotate towards the outpost at some point or another and kind of bring that intel for the team. So they'll match it up as the mid lane does progress a bit. Quinn, who's had a hell of an ESL run in his mid lane so far, 7-6. Necro's 8-3. Or no, sorry, not Necro. Kunkka 10-1. As they're able to just kind of keep it neck and neck for now. Here we have SVG feeling frisky. They dish out the Treants under the tower, feeling confident there, and it's going to have Snapfire rotate back into the lane. You know, the 4 positions are just kind of dancing with each other in the jungle, keeping an eye on the stacks, keeping an eye on the outposts here a bit, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of kill potential going to be happening in this early game, Peter.
Yeah, there is not a lot of action.
Maybe bottom lane, as they get a lot of damage onto Naga. You know, the cookie's there when necessary, but it would take a bit of a misstep for this Naga to be finished off. She's got the quelling, so sprout traps are not going to be a thing.
Yeah, Naga usually does quite well versus Furion, but in this off lane, this long lane, he's not doing particularly well. I also don't think Snapfire and Naga are playing together very much, which I think is hurting them quite a bit. Oftentimes, like here you go again. Once again, Naga's just here by himself, and Snapfire's
just around being there with a Sobi mask, or a Sage's mask rather, and doesn't have much else to offer.
Just needs somebody to click back. They're just taking the beating the whole time, as they're both kind of Snapfire's low range and Naga's melee. Weaver and Furion are just getting little pot shots on them all the time.
SVG's going to be free to go for a pull on the side, is successful in getting that pull, and now can just put the aggression back onto Naga here. So good control from them. They do get the cookie stun and a cute little Riptide. But,
yeah, they're not making favorable trades down here at all.
But yeah, it is certainly looking real strong for Quincy on that front. Quinn has moved up to match 19-19 on Kunkka on the CS, but he has 14 denies to Kunkka's 1. So Quinn is moving far and ahead on the XP game. He is level 5.5 on the Death Prophet, while Kunkka is about 4.5, a little over that.
Yeah, this is a good lane for Death Prophet, no doubt.
MSS is in the area, kind of stalking and scouting out Chris Luck, who's going to be very low. Can MSS do something? He's going to hit him as the Fisher, but that would not be enough for a kill.
There is a potential Furion port if they see oh, no, it's on CD.
Unfortunate, as that could have certainly been a kill opportunity, but with the cooldown being there, that opportunity is going to come and go, unfortunately.
Shouty been really struggling to find a place in the game. Shaker's at least able to roam and be a nuisance for Kunkka, who's trying to catch up in the jungle.
Yeah, Schofield is just making some stacks and existing.
Quinn level 6. First DPL'd at 5 minutes. Kunkka's not even level 5 yet.
And he doesn't hesitate at all pulling out that Exorcism. Now behind that tier 1 mid lane, SVG and MSS are getting the jump on the Stinger, and it looks like they will finish him off for the first blood.
I wouldn't surprise. I would expect maybe Furion to come mid right now, trying to help out with this mid tower. I think they could actually secure it if he ports.
For now, not showing up. Quinn and his Exorcism is going to finish. Nearly gets that tier 1 on his own in the one go. And now looking to chase out for Schofield, who is a man on the run with nowhere really to go. An easy fissure, and it's going to be Quinn who gets the Crypt Swarm finish. And now it's Quinn in a commanding position on this mid lane with the XP advantage, and now with the tower soon to fall. You have 2 out of 3 lanes easily going for Quincy's favor. Necro is 27 CS to Timbersaw's 34. So, you know, sure, Timber's getting his own, but I don't know how much you want to put on the shoulders of Timbersaw in the mid game.
Yeah, Timbersaw might struggle. What I do think he can be this game as a frontliner for the Beastcoast team and help them defend some of their towers. This 5-minute tower push is a little too early for him, though. But he could port, you know, on this next mid go if he wanted to help defend the tower.
Yeah, because the pressure is keeping here from Quincy's side. I don't know if they're going to try to follow it up with the early tier 2, but this tier 1 should fall with this next creep wave hit. Quinn comes around to help to secure the finish. But, you know, SVG and MSS still just confidently striding all the way up into Beast Coast territory here, continuing to take the outpost back, probably looking for the long haul up till the 10-minute mark if they'd like.
Really shutting down Kunkka. He's having a horrible start to this game.
Yeah, I mean, Naga's claiming the bottom half of the map for her own bit of farm. Where else does he have to go besides this one very, very close in what feels safe jungle camp? Bottom lane, a jump is there from the Beast Coast side, making moves onto Yawar. MSS forced to rotate over, able to land the fissure, but ultimately Yawar does get trapped inside and will fall. It does cost them the Snapfire as a trade, but Beast Coast gets something.
The solo kill on Laylis in the top lane here. Very impressive for him. I didn't catch how it actually happened, but it's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, not too sure. He's level 8 now, but I know he's probably had his level 6 for quite a while. That shouldn't have been a surprise to the Necro, but
Yeah.
He's able to get something going for Beast Coast. They have that. They have the jump on UR bottom lane, and you know there was a deep dive from Quinn to go for the Shadow Demon, but he's not successful in getting the finish. So, you know, Beast Coast fighting back. They're not looking to kind of, you know, take a hard loss in the laning phase and then just hold that L for the whole game. They're still showing that they can kind of take it back to him here, but SVG just continues to be in their face, and in particular for Chris Luck.
Yeah,
So annoying.
They just have nothing to deal with him.
You know, it would be unfortunate they have to keep investing in Dust and Sentries just to deal with the 5 position that's up in their grill, but here they are. But nice catch and grab right there to finish off a little SVG, and UR could be next. Maybe getting a bit too frisky at this point.
Yeah, it's going to cost him.
UR goes down.
And he died to the treants.
But UR at least gets something back for himself. Chris Luck, I guess, happy to have some XP. But
happy to have level 6.
But, you know, does suffer in his wallet.
They do have some stacks that he can maybe catch up with.
Here goes Whisper, top lane, trying to push them back. And you're right, they do have stacks, but, you know, Quincy crew have eyes there in hopes that maybe they could bait those stacks for an opportunity to jump into the jungle. Whisper is just getting sapped up all of his life.
Yeah, Death Prophet's a problem right now.
Damn, Quinn just mama's home, mama's in top lane, doesn't care about no fancy-ass machines, rolls right over the Timber Saw. And, you know, now they are back in Beast Coast side, just recognizing the advantage they have, and they just keep shoving Beast Coast back into their own wall.
Definitely, but they are making space for Naga, who is starting to free farm and will pull ahead in this game. I do believe he is the fastest farmer in the game here.
And you said it's on her to get that early Radiance going if possible, and for the time being, Quincy don't find that as too much of a priority with a lot else going on. Currently MSS dishes out his stun combo, and yeah, there we go from above. The UR ulti able to get the finish onto Schofield, and Chris Luck eats a bit of that damage and has to again hide behind his tier 2 tower in the mid lane. But Outposts coming out, I think that one was just a bit too late for Quincy to try to take both of them. I think Beast Coast did manage to still etch some XP for themselves at that 10-minute mark.
They did.
And look at Stinger. He's like, I'm just a fragment away from level 6. Are you serious right now? Snapfire ready to have the ultimate to participate in a good team fight.
Yeah, he needs to just combo with the Kunkka. Quincy Crew doesn't really have any save until Weaver gets an Aghanims, which is not for quite a while.
SVG does have that urn, so I guess he'll be the one to get that vessel. I'm curious what that means for UR. UR going Maelstrom.
They're going to go for the Timber Saw up here.
Timber, as he tries to dish out the Chakram, gets welcomed with a giant dunk to the face, and then the follow-up damage will be there to finish him off. Quinn grabs that one too. And now Smoke. You know, you took our Timber Saw, but maybe they're not ready for an approach to this bottom lane. You do have the Snapfire ulti. It's not a jump for Laylis, though.
Yeah, even Demonic Purge into Snapfire ult can net them a kill on certain heroes. Just about anybody besides Weaver.
They're putting value on to Yawar, possibly. Or that opportunity just might not be there for him.
One thing to remember is that Furion is not going to outscale. Well, he can be okay against the Naga with the Mjolnir build. But he's likely not going to be the biggest problem for Naga Siren. I think if you want to focus your ganks on anybody, I think Necrophos and Earthshaker would be the largest priorities. MSS is quite far in this game as a 4-position Earthshaker, even opting for mana boots before the Blink Dagger. A little bit of luxury there.
Yeah, why is that? I mean, is he planning on getting the 25 talent or soon turning that Arcane Boots into something else? It's not too often that you see Earthshakers actually value going the early bit of mana.
Some Earthshakers will go Aether Lens after Blink Dagger, increasing fissure range and the range of their Blink Dagger. But
it's just a nice, I don't know, you can go Soul Ring or Mana Boots. This way you just don't have to spend a lot of money on clarities in the game.
Fair enough. And thus use that constant bit of mana to just farm up for that next item, possibly even faster.
And give some mana to your teammates.
Of course, of
Always
course.
helpful.
He has pretty much that whole top lane to work with for now to burst up in some XP and get closer to that Blink Dagger for his team. And then the way Nature's Prophet, as you mentioned, is going to be approaching the fight and how much he could or could not be a problem for the Naga. You know, they were mentioning at the panel that his interest may be in just kind of playing away from the Naga and pushing the side lanes where the Naga is not going to be and just constantly be a threat there. Is that how we're probably going to expect Yawar to play this one? Is it mostly being involved in the team fights, or is he just going to be eyeballing possibly side objectives that he can creep in? The rat play, if you will.
A little bit of both. I definitely think, I mean, all Furions do a little bit of split pushing, but I think he will look to get into fights, especially when he has the Mjolnir finished.
Beastcoast now creeping back into their territory, looking to take their outpost back, take the vision down, and just kind of still have a safe place to call home and allow some extra farm for either the Naga or the Kunkka. Naga going for that Manta first.
Port bottom from Earthshaker. Looks like he wants to maybe finish his blink, or they want to try and kill, but Beastcoast has a ward on the cliff here, so should not be a play.
Yeah, Chris runs out the other way, but you're already there. He sprouts himself.
Sprouts himself.
Oh,
Weird.
no. Very weird. So he runs into the
gosh,
tree.
What's he doing
Chris
now?
looks still there, not TPing immediately, and they actually are just going to assume he's already gone, and well, that opportunity comes and goes, and I think everybody knows that that was a little bit of a what moment?
A little bit of a blunder there.
A little bit of a blunder.
He actually quietly landed the wrong tree and didn't give himself a path to get out, but was still able to get lucky, I suppose.
And they'll find a way to finagle this into at least a bit of pressure towards this bottom tier 1, pushing the Treants on forward, leaving Laos out in front. He's got the ultimate in his pocket. You know, MSS, though, is still holding that gold. It would be a shame for them to get into a skirmish and for him to lose that momentum he's built up for the Blink Dagger, but Quincy crew are feeling a bit frisky.
This Weaver just one-shotting couriers with Geminate attack. What a value point. The 1 point in Geminate is.
Something you're not going to see out of most of the typical 5 positions you would draft, but a nice little bonus for Weaver. But there's still, like, as a 5 down here, you know, Naga having all the space in the top lane to work for now. It looks like Yawar will TP up to keep the pressure off a bit, but you know, Quincy not too much a call to action. It looks like they're mainly waiting out for MSS Blink Dagger.
Yeah. See a lot of teams just kind of hold out for their Shaker Blink, and he would have it if he didn't go these Mana Boots.
Oh, but here we go. Timber finds a great target on MSS, looking to take him down, prevent him from the blink. He commits in. The dunk is going to get dropped. The move forward from the cookie only leads to disaster, and then the ultimate scythe comes out and takes down Timbersaw. A double kill for Laylas on that one. You know, Beastcoast feeling like they have an opportunity to get the jump onto Quincy, but it just turns around into their own problems.
Yeah, they had a great ward here. I thought they would be able to take a bit of a smarter fight there, but Kunkka wasn't anywhere close, and they kind of just ran up there 3 versus 4, I believe.
Getting a jump on MSS, but, you know, without having that extra bit of support to stop him, he gets the dunk off.
If both of your heroes are going to jump on top of the Shaker and he's not disabled, yeah, he got a free Echo Slam there on 2 heroes without having a Blink Dagger. Now he's got it. That much stronger, and he's almost level 10.
Now Quincy shift back towards the mid lane. They do get scanned out, but we head all the way up top here where MSS moves in with the stun. He's got the blink. They're stalking her out. She's trying to find a way to get out of this one where possible, but she's locked down and cannot get the song. The team follows up. Chris looks here. He does commit in with the boat. Can they get Quincy? Cruise Quinn down.
Not dead yet.
Oh my gosh, the Snapfire ult, but the heal's too good. He's trying to sidestep it. And he's getting Yules. He's living.
HP.
He's living. He's fine.
Beastcoast is a bit all over the place this game. I really think their teamwork is lacking big time. See a lot of individual plays going on, and as you can see, Quincy crew responds in numbers, outnumbering their opponents everywhere they go.
it seems like Beast Coast have like the right idea and what they want to do, and like you mentioned, if it comes to just laning and mechanics, they can certainly hold their own.
I feel like they're just missing one player for every play that they're making. And as a result, they're just being outnumbered. And when you're outnumbered in Dota, generally you lose because there's another hero there with 4 abilities.
And now for Beast Coast's best interest, they just have to pull off and farm. But I don't know if they're in a position where they can even hold out for offensive opportunities. It looks like as we see mid lane, they step out to show themselves. Quincy crew are again taking all fights past the river and jumping in from the trees. Their MSS sets that one up. He's putting all the mileage he can on this Blink Dagger and another Reaper Scythe. A shout even sent to the grave for now nearly a minute.
Quincy crew starting to push the tempo a bit more. I like it. They're being aggressive. They're making plays. They've got everything they need at this point with the Shaker picking up his Blink Dagger. Map is quite scary for Beast Coast to handle. I do think that Beast Coast is running out of time. I think they'll be forced to fight pretty soon, and I think that timing is Naga's Diffusal Blade, which he has flying on the courier right now.
She gets chased up by SVG and is already forced to commit the song. But look at MSS. I was going to say, he was thinking about running over and maybe catching her from the side. But there is a bit of vision nearby here from Beast Coast. A nice little ward spot that might not be easily dewarded.
This could be an opportunity for Beast Coast to make a play. Looks like they're grouping up, and Snapfire has a smoke ready. Maybe get out this mid lane and then go.
I'm curious what the best case scenario is then to start a fight. Like, who's getting into the mix first? Is it just kind of Whisper?
Yeah, I think best case scenario, they find the Shaker, able to isolate him and lock him down before he gets a Blink Echo on top of Naga Siren or the supports or whoever. I don't think they should just continue farming, though.
Yeah, they have a lineup that you would think on paper can scale in the late game with where they're already positioned. It feels like they're just kind of bleeding
DPL
out.
Committed for Roshan here. This could be a huge fight.
They're in early.
Yeah,
East Coast Star nearby. They took that outpost back. And like you mentioned, they know this is going on, but Quincy confident as they get the jump on the Shadow Demon. They finish him out on the side. Now Snapfire just raining in the ultimate. And Yawar picks up that Aegis and promptly TPs himself to that mid lane where he'll get the Sprout set up on the Stinger. Stinger going to be forced to cookie himself out and away, but the chase is on. The fissure connects. And that should be a dead Snapfire from downtown. SVG will finish it off with that little cute Gemini attack.
I hate to say it, but I feel like Beast Coast is just playing to lose at this point. They're not making any attempts at doing anything. They're just watching Quincy crew take the entire map, take Roshan, take tier 2 towers. Like, take their high grounds. Like,
I'm watching Chris Luck. He's going to be dead potentially if they can't stop this. Oh, yes, they can. But yeah, it feels that way. It feels like sooner enough they're just scrambling out, finding what farm they can, and then we'll wait for high ground and try to take a fight. And if we lose, we lose. It feels like that's kind of what they're letting occur. And, you know, they might be in the position where they're just going to have to do something risky.
they better wake up for game 2, or they're definitely not. Oh, what are these guys? That's right. They're competing for upper bracket spot. Actually, they can be eliminated if they lose.
Imagine potentially. Certainly if maps or amount of games come into the equation, you don't want to be 2-0'd here. But, you know, Beast Coast, unfortunately, the windows of opportunity in this game, you know, we're looking out to see if the Timbersaw can get to him where he could be that kind of enforcer in the mid game. He has not been able to hit that kind of stride. And now Naga's scaling is just kind of not able to match the pacing of where Quincy crew are able to kind of keep fighting interface. So she's trying to build up something like a Scotty, which would certainly help with stats and for surviving. But you know, she's a woman who's always being chased down here. MSS is just all over the place, certainly ever since he picked up this Blink Dagger, looking for setups for the team. Here he has been isolated, and Beast Coast will be able to at least get that. Let's see if they can grab more. Ooh, nice. Schofield has that dust. Kesses out SVG in the river, but has no follow-up after a disruption, so he's able to easily Sakuchi away. They do spot Quinn. Quinn's forced to pop the BKB. Ult reigns in. Whisper dives forward. Gets hit with that Spirit Vessel, though. As the right clicks come out, big move in with the boat from Chris Luck, and now the song And a reposition from Beastcoast here. Snapfire says, I'm done. Tries to make it away, but that exorcism continues to chew out Granny. And she will be the casualty for Beastcoast's side. So after that big fight and set of ultimates, Beastcoast only managed to take MSS at the beginning of the whole thing. And Quincy's answer back is, well, we are going to keep the pressure on. We're still fighting past the river. We're still limiting the map from Beastcoast, and their options on kind of farming back into this are just so limited.
Still, though, making plays, which I think is really important. They managed to not only force Death Prophet's 10-second BKB, but they also got the Exorcism cooldown. Sure, they lost the Snapfire, but Naga got some farm, and he's still top of the net worth by quite a lot as he's getting chased here.
Oh, my goodness. They're going to give her the whole business there. Dunk even committed. She did not have the song off cooldown, but did not want her to slip away. It's such a value pickoff. She does have buyback as they look for a potential grab on this second core here, and Chris Luck. There's the Necro ult, catches him even though the cookie was there. He's not able to make it away. And both Naga and Kunkka will hit the deck.
Yeah, Quincy crew doing such a great job of just being active on the map, making plays all the time, moving around as a team, and they make it look quite easy, especially with having Furion being able to handle the side lanes that are getting pushed for them. He's able to just join them in fights and keep the creeps running towards Beastcoast side of the map.
Here we'll take a look at the Moment of Brilliance replay here. They just get the catch onto the Naga.
Yeah, he's just too off. He's just too far off by himself. Needs some teammates there to back him up. Could have Shouting, and I think knew Shouting was dead, but help him out with a disruption. Maybe Snapfire can cookie him or even counter-initiate with his ult.
Yeah, there we saw Snapfire try to cookie the Kunkka, but not even that was going to be enough there. But you're certainly right. The buddy-buddy system might have to be there for the Naga, for the Kunkka, and the Shadow Demon Snapfire need to be by their side because it's obvious that Quincy crew are playing this one much more aggressive. You have MSS's Blink Dagger. You have this Weaver. They could just kind of slide in and make these setups and just kind of reveal this info for the team to kind of get those jump plays. They're going a bit deep. Layla's going to cross pass with Stinger here, but not anything too exciting from Quincy. Quincy just kind of playing a good game with their draft and really just testing Beastcoast. And Beastcoast not really able to answer the call.
Well, I think that they are waiting for maybe the Scotty now on Naga Siren. It's their next timing. He's not too far away from it. Let's see what else they got coming for them. Timbersaw. That's the Greaves. He's a bit far away.
Timber is currently stuck between 4 Quincy crew members, and Laylis will be there with the Reaper Scythe to take him down, while SVG gets a kill himself, finishing off Stinger.
Yeah, but he died to the tier 3s. A little deep there.
I mean, SVG is on the offensive and playing this kind of aggressive and not even last in farm. It must be a really, really good game.
He is having a nice game. He's gotten a lot of courier kills, actually, for the team. And he will eventually have Ags.
Yeah, he even stopped off for that vessel first,
Yep.
So he's so rich and, giving Yawar that little bit of freedom to go full in for the Mjolnir, then Blade Melt BKB. So much damage. This tier 2 is...
I feel like I haven't seen Chris Luck have such a bad game in such a long time, if ever.
Got that solo kill, though, am I right?
Yeah, it's just so far behind, though. 26 minutes in, he has a Spear Vessel. That's it. And he has 2,600 gold. Probably just wants to get a BKB. But not a super impactful Kunkka game for him.
He's just a torrent in a boat, feels like right now.
Yeah, they're desperate. They need disables. They don't really have any on their team, so
they'll take what they can get.
Yeah, he's the best they got, so they better make it work.
The problem is the opportunities are not presenting themselves from Quincy Crew's side, and the opportunities are not even easy pickings. If it's like a little lone 5 Weaver who's hard enough to catch, other than that, MSS has kind of kept himself at distance.
Once Weaver has Ags, it's going to be so hard for them to kill anyone.
How far away is just the
He's not far.
2,000, 1,800 away? Is this flying? Some of it flying out? He's already got one. He only needs one more.
Oh, really?
Oh, unless this belongs to the Yules, whoever this is going to. Oh, yeah, it was the Yules for MSS. No, he's still 1,700 gold away from Ags on the Weaver.
He'll get there.
Quincy being really reserved with trying to push into high ground, though.
Yeah, probably waiting for next Roshan.
A lot of respect.
That's
They can't do it without having that benefit of the Aegis and the extra life. Playing it safe.
They might be able to, just an unnecessary risk that they don't really need to take. Like, Naga's kind of already peaked, I'd say. So their lineup is only going to get, honestly, I think their lineup's going to get better and better as they start finishing up these big luxury items such as Shiva's Guard, and I guess the Necro didn't go Radiance, but Axe on Weaver is also huge.
So here we go. They do decide to ascend into the southern entrance of the Beast Coast base. Quinn unleashing the full exorcism, taking it to Timber saw that Spirit Vessel, and now the Necro will put him down and out for nearly a minute and a half without a buyback. And that tier 3 is gone. Here comes the boat. The giant shark doesn't really find a good minnow to bite. There goes the Snapfire ult. All right, tier 3 down. Rax is exposed. Quincy saying, you know, mission accomplished.
Laylis was holding his Reaper Scythe until it, like obviously to like finish somebody off, but he wanted to hold it until Shadow Demon used Disruption. But Disruption wasn't coming out because Shadow Demon was holding it for Scythe. But then he held it. He used it at like the very last second when Timbersaw was just going to die anyways, which just added the respawn timer. So it's like he didn't even have a chance to disrupt the Scythe because Timbersaw was basically dead the second it went out.
Necro just straight pressed R for 30 more seconds.
Yeah.
Added to Timber.
Yeah, it did like 1 damage to him or something.
I mean, he's still dead. These are the 30 seconds that he's still dead right now.
Actually, I can look it up, can't I? Damage by...
And now Quincy are going to kind of reset it back a bit and scat out the Roshan area, I'd imagine. Secure the perimeter, go for the Aegis.
Necro Scythe did 21 damage.
Less damage than time added to death timer. So I guess that's value if you look at it in a certain way. I mean, the cooldown's relatively short. He's not in another fight where it's like, God damn, I wish I kept that scythe. So it doesn't seem to matter a whole lot.
No, they're
and just now the Timbersaw's stepping out from the base.
He's like, guys, I'm finally back. These Guardian Greaves, I've been working on them for 15 minutes. They're coming. Just wait.
Just wait. When the weekend's over, I'll be there. As, you know, whatever farm's even available has got to be prioritized for Naga and Kunkka instead.
Naga Siren bought Boots of Travel. I'm missing something. How is this going to help them win team fights? Committing to the split push.
Yeah, I'm just saying it feels more like a commitment to the split push instead. Like, I will just keep farming and pressuring side lanes until it's absolutely necessary. I can TP home, or in a moment's notice, I can song a TP out from trouble. Doesn't offer a lot to fights, though, which they're already losing.
That's true. Chris Luck does have his BKB now, though. A little bit of bonus for him.
But here comes Quincy again. They're pressuring high ground, or at least forcing Beast Coast to TP back to base. Whether it be they're trying to go for the finish of these racks. Sounds like it's going to be that, I was going to say. Or pull them back to base and then go back for the Roche.
Yeah, they have an Arcane Rune on Death Prophet here for his Exorcism. And it looks like they might just get a free racks.
Yep, Sprout push back onto Shadow Demon.
And it's dead.
Easy racks. But they knew that was going to happen. Naga's already inside the base of Quincy Crew down here, though. And he's going to start chipping away at this tier 3. MSS waiting with that Echo in the wings.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's chasing down Naga. Hits her with the Yules. Can they lock her down and burst her before the song? Oh, yeah, they can. Echo Slam Jamma. That's a very expensive voice line that I'm sure he's happy to show off.
In a little bit of trouble here.
Oh, SVG, the 5 position, getting swarmed by 4 Beast Coast members. Necro still able to step in, tries to get the finish, and is successful in blasting down the Shadow Demon. It's a support for a support. Naga buying back on this one. Just as Snapfire falls, Chris Luck in a bit of trouble, narrowly able to make it back inside the base with the right clicks of Yawar. Look at this, jumping from Whisper. Tries to just blast down Yawar, but Yawar's able to survive now, trying to deal with the Naga illusions. Able to survive. Heals continue to come out from Laylis. And that can't feel good for Naga, having to chew through that buyback now. And
nah, I think it's time for him to exit the game.
Come on, they're not going to call GG that easily.
But why? But why not?
You know, because they're Beastcoast, damn it.
Yeah.
And they're you know, they got sponsors, they got community, and they got fans who want to see if they can pull out the ultimate comeback.
They still got 2 games. They got 2 games left. They can make a comeback in game 2. It's not over yet.
It's not. And in their eyes, game 1's not even over yet.
Okay. Let's paint some silver linings then.
You know,
What does Dire need to get back in this game?
well, I was gonna say take a fight by the Roche and take advantage of the cooldown.
Maybe
of
Yawar will kill the Aegis.
Echo, but
no, he picked it up.
damn.
Okay.
Oh,
Next window, Nagasiren's going for a Black King bar. That'll be nice. He's 2,000 gold away from that.
so how much time will you think it'll take if she gets this bottom lane just to freely farm and Quincy, let's say, are picking their noses?
She's doing like
too busy.
700 GPM, so maybe 3 minutes,
Okay.
provided she doesn't die.
You know, Quincy might get a little careless here and not really push the agenda a whole lot. But they do quickly head south to see if they can catch out someone like Naga or Chris Luck farming out. But they'll take the outpost, and, you know, I get it. They're playing safe, Peter, and cautious on the Quincy Crew side, but certainly now with Aegis in hand.
Yeah, I don't think they need to be on the bottom side of the map. I think Furion can just handle this, and the Mega Creeps can handle this lane as well. They're just trying to make sure Naga can't pressure their tier 3 tower down here, as she got it already pretty low earlier.
Yeah, so they keep the pressure of that lane back. Yawar will keep it forward. He'll TP to join the team, I'm sure. But let's go, fellas. You got Quinn. His BKB's back up. Yeah, he already used the 10 seconds. He's down to 8 seconds already. He's got the cheese. This seems like the time.
It's time.
It's time. And there's some decent high ground defense from Beast Coast, but it should be nothing to... Oh, my God. Look at that. There's the BKB, Peter.
For who?
It was not even 3 minutes for Naga.
He went Super Saiyan farm
He
mode.
went a minute and a half. Just straight had that BKB done in about 90 seconds or something.
Impressive.
But is that BKB going to be enough?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of Naga versus 5 at this point.
She starts dishing out the illusions to the front lines here. Hitting it onto Yawar right away. Yawar, though, more focused on the tower. There's going to be the commitment of the glyph. The multi-shots.
Yeah, he has a Satanic now, so that's a problem.
It is. There's one charge left of the Spirit Vessel on Kunkka, though. If they can get on Yawar and use it appropriately.
There's the boat. It's on the Layless, and the Purge goes on to Death Prophet.
And, you know, they're eating a bit of damage, but they're able to safely head back outside the base. Snapfire ult, trying to be the welcome mat.
BKB expended from Furion here. Looks like he's going to try and port out a base.
And
no Basher.
Looks like he will be fine. No way to stop that TP, and Quincy could regroup. Step off with the fissure. Oh, they just blast down Shadow Demon. He's going to be out 80 seconds without a buyback. Whisper could be next. He is able to chain to the high ground and make it out. Quincy Crew reapproach into the high ground once again. Layless. Oh, sees Naga. Doesn't want to get hit by that. But Quinn steps in, says, I'm all about that life, and with MSS, they should be able to lock this Naga down. She's already committed in hard with the BKB, so she does not have a buyback, Peter, and that will be enough to throw the flag into the air. Quincy Crew muscled their way into a Game 1 victory. Nothing too flashy, nothing too exciting here.
I think maybe they just had a